Well, your new single, Broke But Never Broken, draws from your mother and your childhood in rural Saskatchewan, like you mentioned. Can you describe how it felt to bring those memories and feelings to life in your new single? Like, was it cathartic?
Yeah, so for a bit of background on the song, I grew up in, like, probably the smallest town in Saskatchewan called Tranton Lake. And we lived on a farm outside of it, so it wasn't even in the town. It's like middle of nowhere. And when I was 7, my parents divorced, and my mom ended up renting a house even further into the middle of nowhere, like down in this valley. And this was the 90s in rural Saskatchewan, so there's like no work, no jobs, no remote work, anything.
Yeah.
So to support me and my siblings, there are 5 of us, big farm family.
Yeah.
She took the nearest job that she could get, which was still a 40-minute drive. She was a bartender in the next town over, as they would say. And I didn't really like think how difficult that must have been. Like, she would be gone when we get home from school, sometimes still be up when we got back, or when we got up in the morning.
You've got no concept of that as a kid.
Yeah, like, and it is, to me, it's a testament to like how well she did it, that I didn't even realize till many years later, like, oh wow, that was actually extremely difficult, and she hit it. Like it never came up, I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, looking back, thinking like, imagine those drives. This is a place where there's not even radio signal, like you were down in the hill, and the radio cuts out and it's just static. So when you're like 1984 Oldsmobile with broken tape player,
yeah,
like pitch black, middle of the night, like maybe middle of winter, trying to get home to your kids like again and again. So looking back now as an adult, I can only imagine like the thoughts that would come to you, like not even necessarily like bad or regretful, but just like, is this what I thought my life would be?
Yeah, very like isolated time, like.
Yeah. So, and still getting up and continuing to do it without complaint for years. So it all came out of that, and yeah, this is me just trying to say, like, my mom passed when I was still a teenager. So looking back, like, it's not even necessarily a regret that I feel, but more like a recognition that's like I don't get to say all those decisions were for a good reason. We turned out okay. We're all doing great.
Yeah,
we did well. So this is just. It is a theme that comes up now and again in the songs that I write. And I think it's, to some extent, universal across people. Like, we all kind of look back and wonder how our lives would have been a little different and what would have happened if we'd made X choice instead of Y.
Definitely.
So, yeah, it's a recognition that we can't change the past, but we can make it a little different for the future and maybe make it better for the people that depend on us.